and I was genuinely there for a journey. My almond milk was stolen and I'm like, dude, what are we doing? Are we these kind of people? You know, एक होता है हमारी एक Indian mentality है, इसके बारे में कुछ बोल दो लोग दूर हो जाएंगे. So you don't pull people down to level yourself up, and that's what people were doing there. See, I'm going to maintain the fact that he's a nice guy, and whatever I know of him is through the show. Both are playing each other and both are playing us also. I've done a lot of things for Nimrit too. I share a special bond with her.
Hey everyone, this is MissMalini and I'm here with the absolutely gorgeous Soundarya Sharma, and we're talking about Bigg Boss 16. She's the latest person who has left the house in one piece, which I'm sure was not easy. It's just been really exciting to have these conversations with everyone because we all watch this show literally every night. We are in our living rooms. We become so attached to all the characters in the show, and the fact that it's real just makes it even that much more exciting to be a part of. So first of all, thank you so much for being here. How does it feel to be back in the real world?
Thank you for having me. It feels amazing. It's unreal actually. Life never felt so precious.
I was literally binging the last few episodes last night, and first of all, I have to say I'm very impressed. Aapki Hindi to was some next level.
है ना?
Yeah. So it was always there, right?
Peda ban ke peda.
It was like a whole other side, to the point that Bigg Boss was also like saying,
wow. Yes, he was like, I'm complex, whole heart Soundarya.
I thought that was amazing. So first of all, before you went into the house, aapke koi expectations the what it's going to be like? Like, did you know, I mean, you know it's not scripted, you know you're supposed to be yourself. So aap andar kya soch ke gayi thi, that what is it going to be like?
First of all, I was not prepared at all, and I didn't see it coming my way because my shows were releasing in September and I'm like, no, this is not my cup of tea, and reality show is a big no because मैंने life में कभी Bigg Boss ही नहीं देखा है, and somehow I feel personally शायद वो मेरे लिए काम करा because what happens is जब आपके पास एक notion होता है and you think, oh मैं इसको ऐसे करने वाली हूँ, you know, this that, so you're over prepared. And I'm sure a lot of people go with that strategy, which is okay because they are there for trophy, and why not? So I don't hold that against anyone, but just for me, I'm like too real as a person and it doesn't work for me. Mere liye what is important is that you telling me, oh, you did well and you know, you won hearts. And I was genuinely there for a journey because me being an actor, see, I haven't done any TV soaps and I come from a medical background. So my fan base and my audience is very different. I just have done one feature film and I've done 2-3 like web shows. So my fan base and audience which know me is very different from the people who I was with, which is again amazing for them. But I want to give credit to myself for being, you know, I could retain myself in that house.
And it's not easy. And you know, one of the things especially that goes through my mind, when I watch this, I'm like, you know, even if you're a nice, normal person, it feels like the house shape forces you to become dramatic, yell at the top of your lungs.
Yes, because initially for 15-20 days, I was looking at everybody and most of them were TV actors. So they are already living the life of that character. Yes, and they are already, and I'm like, dude, what is this? Why are they behaving like this? For them, it is normal. For me, it is still new because OTT ऐसे ही इतना reality world का है. Films are being like less is more, and it took me a while to get sync with everybody over there. And I remember I had a conversation with Chachis sir. He was saying, Soundarya, only you and I are from film background. So it's going to be a little tough for you. But dekhna abhi 25-30 din baad, you will see the real people. Because they're shedding their layers. And 150 cameras. You understand?
Do you forget at some point that the cameras
are Of course. For me, yes. But I'm sure there are people who have lived up to the life of 15 weeks characterization also.
But I also have...
You know what I mean? Yes. There you go.
That's what, because everyone's watching, and then, you know, I think that's what's amazing about it is that people who are watching, you can tell like who's acting, who's putting on a show.
I'm sure, because I haven't been able to see.
The other thing that you were really good at is all the tasks.
Yes.
You killed it at the task. So what do you think brought that skill out in you?
I'm a very athletic person. I've always been, and in fact, I was dying कि tasks तब शुरू होंगे, because for me, a game is about like how you perform, how you do your house duties without showing unnecessary involvement about चोरी करना sugar का, आटे का, पराठा नहीं बनाया. And I'm like, dude, is this for real? आधी कॉफी के लिए झगड़े होना. My almond milk was stolen, and I'm like, dude, what are we doing? Are we these kind of people? So it was insane. एक point पे मुझे सच में लगा thank you to my house help and everybody who handles us, you know, so nicely. And मुझे एक एक चीज की कीमत, मुझे चीनी के एक दाने की कीमत पता चली लाइफ में. एक चम्मच कॉफी की कीमत तुम क्या जानते हो रमेश बाबू.
Very, very true. And then, you know, the other thing that I think that you had to deal with, which was, it seemed kind of out of nowhere, there was all this talk about you and Bahar. We have some information, like what this Shalin did and Gautam did. And, you know, a lot of people did want to know, how come you never just, you know, told him off for that? So is there like, what prevented you, or what, I guess, helped you maintain that thing that I'm not going to get into?
So the thing is, I would just say कि जब आप आसमान पर थूकते हो ना, तो थूक आपके ऊपर गिरता है, आसमान पर नहीं. And having said that, when you pass by a signal and a dog is barking at you, you don't get down from the car and start biting and barking the dog. I met these people in the show, during the show. I never knew their names. I'm sorry, they have great body of work and everything, with due respect. Neither they did mine, correct? And just because the grapes are sour, I'm not giving attention to this person, because I'm sure people come with a strategy or anything in their mind, and I am one person who had not seen Bigg Boss, so I was like the damsel in distress kind of a situation for me. But then for them it's like, हाँ, you know, एक होता है हमारी एक Indian mentality है, इसके बारे में कुछ बोल दो, लोग दूर हो जाएंगे. So you don't pull people down to level yourself up, and that's what people were doing there. So it didn't bother me. Like, I don't go back to every troller on social media and react to them. कि, oh, this is true, this is true. Why should I justify myself? These are baseless rumors, afwah and whatever. And one thing for sure they knew, कि if we talk about her or with her, we would be in headlines, because everybody who used to come they used to compliment or talk, and I'm like, thank you, because I know everybody is getting jealous. And how do I make my mark, and how do I survive in the house? You know, it was a coexisting situation at one point. They look like, oh, we are good and everything, but they are not.
And also the thing is that you don't know what people are saying behind your back. We are seeing everything.
Correct.
And then when you get out, you hear. So what are some crazy things that you've heard that was said about you that you didn't even know? Or what something that you were surprised to find out when you came out?
First of all, that Dubai trip thing with Salman sir brought up. And I'm like, what? And then the fact that Gautam said something and all, and कि यहाँ से कपड़े लेती है, वहाँ से लेती है. So first of all, for me, I was at, you know, कि what is it? ये जगह कौन सी होती हैं? Whatever. So my point is to prove their point in fit of anger, to pull someone down. Its easiest thing is giving advice and character assassinate a girl. That's the easiest thing to do on this planet, and I think it reflects on them, not on me. And these people are not important for me. Why should I go and they're not my family, they're not my boyfriend or my partner or my sister. Why should I justify to them? So I kept my dignity, and I'm like, dude.
But now that you've had this experience, would you do it again now that you know everything about it?
I don't mind. Now I'm pro.
Now you know what to do.
See, easiest thing to be on this planet is just being yourself. Like how I am over here talking to you, I am the same person. I don't act, enact or sing or dance like this in front of the camera to get more engagement. I don't go and steal a cup of, you know, just hide your mug of coffee. Oh, kahan hai? Maine to dekha hi nahi. Mujhe nahi pata kisne uthaya. I don't know. I don't do all that shit.
Yeah. Now that we did bring up Gautam, we have to ask what happened there. And I know it was a brief time, but you know, and also because Bigg Boss is also playing this time, and Salman actually gave many more opinions than he normally does in various seasons about what his opinion is. And then you guys got tagged with that this is a fake romance or whatever that was. And then I remember, because I had a chat with Gautam when he left, he was very shell-shocked that he was evicted to begin with, right?
Absolutely.
So I want to know, what was your experience with him, and what is your learning now about him, and what is the status now?
See, I'm going to maintain the fact that he's a nice guy, and whatever I know of him is through the show and whatever time we spent together. Not that he's called me from the time I've come back because of whatever notions or whatever. The thing is, when I knew of him, it was I think 6th or 7th day when he came up to me, and Tina was constantly teasing me, oh, someone is falling in love. I'm like, really? How does that happen, you know? Because I'm not there for love, and I've not seen Bigg Boss, so I don't know how it works.
Right.
Whether it was genuine or not genuine, that moment, I don't know. But we genuinely developed a bond. And when you're developing an equation, it is really different, and you're in the moment. But I could not fathom the fact that, oh, someone is actually falling in love.
So quick.
For me, it was unreal. And I think he escalated it. Whether it was that moment very genuine or he escalated it, that I don't know. But he made me believe that it was very genuine. And I am a very emotionally invested person.
Sure.
You must have seen with Priyanka,
Yeah.
with Archana. So I developed that bond with him. And he made me believe, and I believed. And that's when people started, and he must have said something behind my back, which I don't know. Because I don't know who has what motives, what agendas they have. For me, I give that benefit of doubt to people. मैं विश्वास करती हूँ लोगों पे. And I think विश्वास एक ऐसी चीज़ है जिस पे आप दुनिया चलाते हो. आप एक परचून वाले के पास जाते हो, you buy some stuff thinking कि अगर ये 20 रुपए की चीज़ दे रहा है तो 20 की है. We don't know कि वो कितने की है. We believe in him and we give him 20 rupees. And that's kind of person I am. That's what my upbringing is.
So if you could say
That's
something
what
to him,
happened with Gautam.
you could say something to him now, what would you say?
Just be good. That's all.
Would
See,
you-
I'm nobody to say anything.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. And there was a time when he left. I felt that disconnection and I chose to vocalize it. I could have easily, like I've stayed triple the amount of time he spent there, almost double,
Yeah.
more than double.
Yeah.
And I suddenly felt quite a disconnection, especially from the time he was leaving. And it is not normal for a person who stayed. और वहाँ के 5 हफ्ते एक साथ रहने का मतलब है यहाँ के 5 महीने, because you're disconnected from the phone, you are not connected with your family, friends, nobody is feeding you. You are being yourself. So you end up getting those wavelengths, correct? And I did not feel that warmth when he was leaving. So it could be the fact that he could not believe that he's actually leaving. For him, it was too early. And for me, it was different. And I'm like, dude, is this the connection you shared and you promised? And constantly Karan sir and Salman sir is telling me and protecting me that, you know, entire nation is talking about it and everything. And I feel responsible, girl, what are you doing? Then he called me alag se, samjhaya unhone. And I'm still like, no, sir, it's genuine.
Yeah.
Sir, it's fine. And I always am a person who voice out my opinion wherever it's required. And the time when I felt disconnected, in fact, Priyanka questioned me the moment he left. He's like, girl, he was not even hugging you properly. I'm like, yeah, even I noticed it, but it's just I was not underlining it.
Right.
So everyone felt somewhere or the other. It could be whatever in his feelings he was. It's when Srijata came back in 10th week, and I only asked her one thing. Nothing, ki kya ho raha hai, kya nahi ho raha. And I said, ki, how is he? She said, then she observed me for a week and she said, I think you're too emotional as a person. I said, why would you say something like that? And she quoted some things and I think you're aware of the fact. And that is when मेरी सुई अटक गई and I'm like, अगर कोई वाकई ही किसी से invested होता है, so you show it. Why he had to put it a question mark when he's talking to Shri and he didn't know Shri is going to come back as a wild card. So that's where I was like, my gut was right. So I won't say he was wrong or right. He could be invested at that time. But the fact that everyone kept alarming me, that girl, open your eyes. Especially Archana.
Archana. Oh, she was very vocal about it.
Archana आने के पहले भी मिलियो मत गौतम से and I'm like मत बोल मैं उसको आंखें भी दिखा रही हूँ मत बोल कैमरे पे फिर से controversy होगी यार और वही हो रहा है.
Oh, but I have to ask you, because again, like we see a couple of hours of the show, but you know, what is the story with Shalin and Tina? Who is playing who? Like, what is happening? What is the truth from your opinion?
Both are playing each other. And both are playing us also. So whether they are together or not together, they are in it together. They are still playing the game. And I constantly kept asking them, dude, agar tumhe problem hai ek dusre se, why don't you nominate each other? But they won't do that. अब हमें थोड़ी पता था जो सलमान सर ने बताया है कि they have a common person. 15 weeks.
That was pretty crazy. That came out so much later that suddenly that they have the same manager.
Because we actually got played.
Yeah.
But I and Archana were from day one those Chugli Chachis who knew. And you know, sometimes I'm not this person, but then you get dragged into all this. You end up having those mad conversations. And she's somebody who likes to baal ki khal nikalo.
Yeah.
And I had to be part of it.
So in your opinion now, who do you think is going to take home the trophy?
See, the potential winner is here. Who was thrown out. But then, since I'm not there, may the best one win. But because my soft corner is with Archana and I think she's really being herself. And again, she's not a color space. So I want ki at least wo jaye. And I would be equally happy even if Nimrit is there.
Amazing.
Yeah. Because I've done a lot of things for Nimrit too. I share a special bond with her.
That was interesting. It would always seem very real when the two of you would sit and just catch up on what's happening around the house. Okay, we do have a live audience here and I promised that I would let them ask some questions. So I have a bowl and you can pull out a couple of names and then we will pass a mic to you and you can ask your questions. So make sure you introduce yourself Thank you so much. All right.
Guys, don't ask me craziest questions for headlines, please. Bipasha Banikya.
All right.
Okay.
Can you pass us the mic, please? Yeah, right behind you.
Hi Soundaryas,
Hi.
lovely seeing you live.
Lovely seeing you all too.
Thank you. So I would like to know, like, the audience voting, does it actually works on the show, the audience voting?
I believe so, not during my eviction, but I'm still, I'm trying to get to the reality and fathom the fact that I was forced evicted for
Right.
that matter. But I'm happy about it because that's how the game is. घोड़ा घास से दोस्ती करेगा तो खाएगा.
Right. So other than your eviction and Ankit's, so in other cases, does the voting actually works, or is it like planned and?
No, it does na. I believe so
Okay.
because it's the live voting pattern. And
Right.
during Ankit's time, I think they had shut the voting lines.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's what I believe so, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
And Ankit is somebody who actually wanted to go. I really personally, if you ask me, one person in the Bigg Boss house is Ankit, who I really related with, reckoned with. His energy, he was really being himself. He is like
He
a
kept
Ajay
saying
Right,
Logi.
exactly,
yeah.
Yeah, no, he is like that. During my time, they genuinely, the Shiv and Priyanka, they ganged up.
Yes. we
Which is
got it.
okay. I think it's good for them. Why
Yeah.
not? अगर मुझे नहीं निकालते तो मुझे शायद प्रॉब्लम होती. मुझे थ्रेट नहीं समझा इन्होंने.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. I have
Thank
one more
you.
question. Can I?
Yeah, sure.
So what happens 24/7 in the Bigg Boss house? So we get to see only 1 hour. What
Beyond
happens?
a point,
Yeah.
it's very boring.
Oh,
Trust me, they all
okay.
are so boring at a point. And I'm like, sir, देख रहा हूँ मक्खी भी नहीं है, किसको मारेंगे?
Oh, so do you all sleep like at that time? Like you are allowed to sleep, or that bell?
No,
keeps, like,
we are
cuckoo?
not allowed to
Not
sleep.
allowed
The
to sleep.
kukuduku happens.
Okay.
Oh God. And
Hear that in your sleep now.
yeah. And in the morning, my body has become like वो already alarm बज रहा है. हम हैं Bigg Boss के वासी. मैं अभी भी नींद में. मैं गाना नहीं गा पा रही हूँ. और हम हैं Bigg Boss के वासी. मैं अभी भी वही गा रही थी गाड़ी
Oh
में.
my God.
Awesome. All right.
Thank you. Shall we sing? Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
So basically, my mom is big fan of this show.
Okay.
डिनर नहीं मिलेगा चलेगा पर बिग बॉस चलना चाहिए.
अरे वाह आंटी को.
So my question is like, what do you think Big Boss is scripted or not? Because you were there.
See, it's not scripted because I have come from there. Surely it's not scripted. I am scripted like this. For some who knew each other, because see, they are TV actors and they are doing good job over there. They know each other, so probably they had. Even we got to know on the show. पहले believe नहीं करती थी. मुझे शुरू में अर्चना बहुत बोलती थी. I never believed in that until I happened to develop an equation with Gautam. Until I happened to develop an equation with Priyanka, because धीरे धीरे पता लग रहा था कि कैसे कैसे लोग करें. Not that I'm holding that against anyone, but this is what the game is about. शालीन और टीना का जो भी कुछ हुआ वो आप सबने देखा और हम मेरे लिए भी वो revelation था. So to an extent on their personal level, but the show is not scripted.
Okay, so टीना का नाम आया तो for example एक एपिसोड था जहाँ
नहीं हम skip भी कर सकते हैं. नहीं ऐसा topic नहीं, मुझे बात करनी है इस बारे में.
I'm curious about that. It's like she said कि शालीन and टीना पहले से जानते हैं, तो शालीन उनको टेक्स्ट किया था. So do you think कि वो लोग गेम साथ में प्ले कर रहे हैं या फिर पहले से प्लानिंग प्लॉटिंग होगा?
हाँ उन्होंने एडमिट किया. वो सलमान सर ने ही जब बोला तभी हमें पता लगा they had a common friend and they were playing. So my thing is ये तो हम day one से बोल रहे हैं कि fake है कि दिख जाता है आपको. See, it is okay to be fake as far as you playing it well.
Yeah.
You
But
correct?
साथ में भी तो नहीं
But
है.
it became nasty for all of us. It was getting into our nerves.
Exactly, we feel the same.
हम लोग इतना irritated because the vibe of the house becomes so negative. It becomes difficult for you to live. There is no source of entertainment. So it just takes you to another level of negativity.
Yeah.
So we have 2 more
Thank
questions.
you.
We'll just take them both and then we're going to make some reels.
Alpesh Rathod.
मुझे तो पहले आपको फिंगर देखना था एक्चुअली.
क्या?
रिंग. That I love it.
Yes.
But
बहुत चर्चे हुए मैंने सुना.
हाँ बहुत हुए मैम. लेकिन जो हम लोग स्क्रीन पे देखते हैं ना, अगर हम लोग जब रियल में देखते हैं तो बहुत उससे ब्यूटीफुल दिखते हैं.
Thank you. अरे वो दिखाते ही ऐसे हैं क्योंकि उनको दिखाना ही ये रियलिटी शो है.
मैम आपको शालीन रियल लगते हैं कि फेक लगते हैं एक्चुअली?
अरे वो नींद में भी सोने की एक्टिंग करते हैं. ये क्या सवाल है?
That's the line of the episode.
ये सच है, आप किसी को खुद भी बोलते हैं।
अभी उन्होंने
शालिनी क्या है ये तो अच्छे से करो।
उन्होंने शिव का ग्रुप ज्वाइन कर लिया
अभी मैंने सुना है। अभी उनके पास कोई है नहीं, अभी किसी के पास भी कोई नहीं। और मैं एक बात बोलूं, जब इतने कम लोग रहते हैं ना, आप लड़ लो, मर लो, झगड़ लो, यू हैव टू एंड अप टॉकिंग टू ईच अदर, क्योंकि आप दीवारों में यू कांट बैंग योर हेड। कोई चाहिए बात करने के लिए।
ओके, दैट्स
Thank you. And the last question, then we have a quick game for you.
Anjulika. Hi.
So I wouldn't call you Soundarya, I would call you my dimple doll.
Oh, so
Everybody calls you dimple doll,
So
and
sweet.
so are you, as pretty as a doll. So my question to you is a very simple question. You have been in a very overwhelming situation.
Correct.
In the Bigg Boss house.
Correct.
With the constant cameras and constant voice of Bigg Boss.
जी.
Now, how do you think that this hangover of Bigg Boss is going to last in your own life now?
It is.
And how it is going to be?
पहले तो मैं सुबह होती हूँ तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है बिग बॉस बोल रहा है सभी घर वाले पापा के साथ लिविंग एरिया में आ जाए। And I'm like, पापा आप किधर हो? So मेरे दिमाग में वो आवाज अभी भी चल रही है, and especially that last 2-3 days जब बिग बॉस में मेरा इंटरेक्शन बहुत ज्यादा था, तो पूरा टाइम में अभी भी ऐसे हिंदी के वर्ड्स घर में बोल रही हूँ, पापा बोल रहे हैं काम डाउन, हो गया तुम्हारा बिग बॉस। So yes, but मैं वहाँ से बहुत यादें और बहुत अच्छी चीजें भी लेके आई हूँ. It's been an experience and I'm very grateful कि Bigg Boss happened to me.
Yes.
Because I had मेरे बस में होता तो मैं नहीं जाती थी. लिखा था तो मैं चली गई. Because मैं वो इंसान ही नहीं हूँ. मुझसे झगड़े नहीं होते. मुझे यही पता था कि बिग बॉस में झगड़े होते हैं and true that. क्योंकि वहाँ पे एक कॉफी के लिए झगड़ा, मेरा आमंड मिल्क छुपाते थे यार.
I know, you just told us.
कि हम चाय में पी लेंगे. तो मैं सोचती थी कितने गंदे लोग हैं यार. बट पता लगता है कि यार वो भी नहीं करेंगे तो क्या करेंगे उस घर में. We all became kid and to a very dirty level.
Just one more question. We are very curious. How does Bigg Boss look like?
I have no clue. but Bigg Boss की आवाज में कश्मकश है. जब वो बोलते हैं ना सौंदर्या फुसफुसा के बात ना करें, तब मैं बोलती बिग बॉस मैंने नहीं फुसफुसाया, but thank you.
Yeah, so that.
But I'm missing my mic, by the way.
You always have to keep that.
Yeah.
Or maybe you must be aware also sometimes. So is
Yes.
it there on the mic? Is the mic on me? Can I fusfusa
सच में अभी भी लग रहा है. मैं अभी I was coming out and I'm like, where's the mic?
Thank you so much.
So we have a fun little game for you. It's called Top of Your Head or Tip of the Iceberg. So the top of your head questions are really fun, easy questions. But if you don't think of an answer in 3 seconds, then I'm going to ask you a tip of the iceberg question, which is a little spicy. All right, here we go.
Spices.
All right, here we go. Top of your head. First person you texted after you got out of the Bigg Boss house.
My mom.
All right. One person you wish to see in Bigg Boss next season.
Myself as guest.
It's okay. One thing you missed about being outside.
Everything. Air, sky, light, everything.
One thing that you miss about being inside.
Missed about?
Being inside.
Bigg Boss voice.
Voice, okay. Your favorite moment of the season.
When I was given that dream girl by Dharmendra sir, and he said, you're a dream girl of Bigg Boss 16. That was very overwhelming.
Another reality show you'd love to be on.
I don't know as of now. I'm still in the hangover, but anything comes my way, I'm more than open and welcome, because unlike the other one, my experience has been really amazing.
All right, so now I'm going to have to ask you a tip of the iceberg since you couldn't answer that one. Okay, one person that you wish doesn't win.
Tina. Actually, two. Shalin also, because he's acting all the time.
Okay.
So where's the reality?
All right, back to top of your head. One person that you hope wins Bigg Boss.
I hope I would want Archana to win because I have soft corner for her.
And your most favorite person in the show?
Myself.
Love it. Okay, amazing. You did so well. I don't.
But also Abdu.
Abdu.
Yeah.
He was sweet. Everyone was so shocked when he left as well.
Yeah, even Sajid sir.
Yeah, both of them. Amazing.